Hey guys, what's up? This is Spartacus Airsoft, and today I'll be bringing you a gear setup to my new carrier, my Eagle Industries MBAV. So I'm using this as a part of a MARSOC impersonation for MilSim, and I'm also going to be using it for a 75th Rangers 2011/2012 kit, in which I'll put RG pouches on it. So I'll do a gear setup of that later in time as well. I'm going to do this video just to show you guys how I set up my carrier for the impression, and how I like my carrier, and as well as I'll be reviewing some little small features of the carrier if you're unfamiliar with it or you're thinking about getting it for this impression, if this carrier will fit your needs or how you play or not. So first I'll go over generally how I have the carrier set up and generally how I like the carrier set up. In front, this is your front panel here. As you can see, the MOLLE divides here and here. So it goes on just like that. If you've ever used a 1694A or 1694 standard kind of plate carrier type, it's just like that in that respect, that the cummerbund just goes on. So that's pretty standard. Sorry about that. That's pretty standard and an easy way to get on the carrier, so it works just like most carriers, so it's nothing special like the Sierras or anything like that. So up in front here I have the Eagle Industries SFLCS triple mag shingle. This is a good pouch. You could also use just the Eagle Industries 1x2s all up in front, or the complete mag set with the 3 pouches, but that's like a $75 pouch set, as opposed to you can get one of these shingles for 15, 20, 25 bucks. So I think it's more cost effective as well. I like the shingle a lot better than the closed tops for running mags up front, because I like to keep the front panel on the carrier just as simplistic as possible, and you see these pouches most often on MARSOC loadouts and Ranger impersonation, or Ranger loadouts as well. So this is what I went with. They work really well. They have these elastic, just standard snaps. What I do when I'm in matches, I just tuck them in like this. That makes the it still holds the mag with plenty of retention. It usually won't fall out. So it also makes it easier to put the mag back in the pouch. Excuse me. Since I don't run a spent mag pouch with this loadout. So yeah, this will just hold 3 standard 5.56 mags. I use USGI mags as well, as you can see. And I keep a cat tourniquet up front, banded to the MOLLE, just rubber banded. Moving up, I have the Eagle Industries Alien with the admin without light. So I like the without light version because it offers a lot more Velcro real estate. And I keep 2 chem lights behind here. I think it's a really nice, convenient place to store them. In here, I just keep gloves and my mechanics. And over here, attached to one of the MOLLE webs, I have my Motorola MTS 2000 hand mic, which just runs along here, runs around the back. So we'll move to the left, which would be my right if I was wearing the carrier. Over here I keep an Eagle Industries SFLCS khaki 1x2. I keep 2 Elite Force mags in here, 120s. This is a popular setup option as well that I've seen, so it's also very effective. I fielded this setup and I found it to be extremely effective. Usually what I'll do with a new carrier when I get it is I'll set up the pouches in my way and I think that I'll use them, and then I field it, and then usually it changes, but this actually has not changed, and this is based off actual loadouts I've seen down to the positions they have the pouches on. I've mimicked that just about exactly. So this works best for me, field and CQB. like I said, I don't like the closed top pouches as much as the shingles, but the closed top pouch over to your dominant side is very, very useful. It's a good way to store just extra magazines as opposed to your 3 fast grab mags without taking up too much space. So 5 mags is just, I find, the perfect amount, and then the rest you can keep it in a utility pouch or a modular assault pack or on a buddy or something of the like. Usually you won't really exceed 5 magazines unless you're doing a longer operation or things of the like, in which case you can just reload. I keep medical shears here, just tucked in behind. I find medical shears are a really good option, especially if you have some kind of basic medical training, as I do. A lot of injuries do occur out on the airsoft field, so these aren't a cosmetic feature purely. These do have a lot of medical implications. You can really, if someone gets hurt really bad and you need to get to, if you have medical training or anything of like, you know what to do. You can get to the wound quickly with these. If it's under clothing, you can shear off the clothing in that space. And also, shears are useful for 1,000 purposes anywhere. So, especially in airsoft and when you're outdoors, you can shear off just about anything. Frays from your carrier, frays from your clothing. If you get wrapped up in anything out in the woods, anything. Cutting bandages, they're useful for all kinds. So over here I have, lastly, from my dominant side, I keep 2 speed loaders tucked in a Eagle double pistol. Usually I would store my have a 1911 Marui 1911 MEU on the way, so I'm going to store the mags in here when I get them. So yeah, but for now I just keep speed loaders in here, which is also very useful. So even if you don't have a sidearm, I'd recommend doing that, especially if you run mid-caps, that is. So this would be to my left if I was wearing the carrier. I have an Eagle Industries M-Bitter. I keep a Motorola MTS 2000. This is my go-to radio. And I have the hand mic attached, and it just wraps around the back to my carrier, which you've seen the hand mic setup. This fits this radio very well, and it has some space at the bottom. I plan to replace this radio with a Toy Soldier radio, the PRC 148, so to get more accurate to the loadout. And then to my last pouch, this is an Eagle Industries canteen pouch. I use it for utility. These serve very, very well as utility pouches because you can expand them and you can tighten them to whatever. I keep some extra chems in here, a balaclava, another speed loader, and then some basic medical kit. I basically keep, I use it as a utility pouch, as I've mentioned, so I just keep some basic kit in there and some extras. So, very, very useful. And then onto the back panel. As you can see, I keep it clean. I have it clear of any pouches. This is what I'll usually do with my carriers. I will keep the back clear. That's what I've had the most success with. It allows me to get in and out of vehicles quickly, easily sit with the carrier so that I don't have to take it off when I'm sitting or anything, and I don't have to experience any uncomfortable, sitting positions if I were to have any pouches back here or anything of the like. It also allows me to crawl through small spaces or just generally have a lot more agility, especially when crawling through small spaces and things of the like when I'm playing. So I like having a clear back panel. The only thing that you can see is just I have my wire for my hand mic running through here. However, I do plan to get an Eagle Industries either the Aliad RLCS map or the SFLCS map, and I'll see how that goes. And then besides that, there's only really one pouch I'm waiting for, and that's an Eagle Industries khaki IFAK. So besides the IFAK and the map, this is my complete MARSOC carrier. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This has been my Eagle Industries MBAV setup as a part of my MARSOC / 75th loadout. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give me feedback on my page, and more videos to come. Thanks, guys.